So we're gonna take a look at, the spotlight on the Technomancer. We're actually gonna take a look at the Devastator class spotlight. Do you have the video up so we can start at the same time?
Yes, I do. Let me give me.
Okay, this is
when
the
it's
this is
ready.
the 8 minute for the 8 minute video.
8-minute video.
Right.
I'm gonna time it up. I understand and wish to proceed. Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1, start.
Greetings, Outriders! Welcome back to our Spotlight series, videos that explore specific features of the game. Today, we are delving into the third class, the ground-shaking, earth-quaking Devastator.
As Devastators, we shatter the earth around us, a brute force powered by the planet itself.
And then we're gonna look at the Technomancer after this.
Yeah.
Who
Is it
this
Folger's
class
copy?
for?
Is the video kind of
Perhaps
quiet?
you may
I'll
think
turn
that
this up.
Devastators are your typical run-of-the-mill tank class. But once you get to know these not-so-friendly giants, you'll soon realize that they can match the other classes regarding sheer damage and devastation. An important thing to note is that the Devastator can be a
Very
real
like
linchpin
I get that
in
strong
turning
like
the flow
Gears of War
battle.
and a little bit of Anthem vibes.
The number of interrupt skills and
Which I'm always
accomplished
hesitant to be like Anthem.
Right.
boxes
Have you been looking at reviews for this game? I don't really know what people have been thinking about it.
I don't think there have been any reviews yet. This is a lot of just previews and people talking about what they expect from the game, which I think a lot of people are expecting, you know, good quality.
Powers and effects centered around 3 core tenets: kinetic,
Anthem is a hard.
protection,
Yeah.
and seismic. Its melee type is slightly different from the other classes.
This is where
as it
kinda like that
inflicts the
Destiny
bleeding
feel comes
status effect
It
on
does
two
feel like
enemies hit by
Destiny.
it. Bleeding
Or does look
deals
like
damage
Destiny.
at a time to afflicted enemies.
Which also gives me pause because Destiny 2... comparing this to Destiny 2 and Anthem right now?
Devastator
Can have
health
its
when enemies perish around you in
resistance
close
for sure.
range. Now, we know what you're thinking. Sounds similar to the Trickster, right? Well, there are actually
I don't
some
know
key
enough about the
differences
Trickster to
between
compare
close
this.
quarters killing machines. At base level, the difference is that Tricksters get shields for each close range kill, and Devastators just have more HP and armor as standard. But they start to
Yeah, that's a good
differentiate
question of
in
how
more
much
upgrades
content
and
is there going to be
gaps.
versus how much
Upgraded,
repetition.
Devastators can achieve bonuses to
Yeah, I
armor
mean, that's a
and
huge
health by
skill
choosing
tree.
Specific class tree paths and nodes. For example, stealing enemy armor for each enemy slain in close range. An upgraded Devastator will most
That's
likely
cool.
have the most armor and health buffs out of all of the classes. These mechanics mean that if you want to be an unstoppable juggernaut as a Devastator,
Looks
you'll need
cool.
to keep chasing
It
into
does.
the heart of combat, making sure you're always in the thick of it if you want to maintain your health.
Yeah, gunplay,
Powers.
cover system, moving
Each class
around,
has 8
very
powers
Gears
in
of War,
total.
which
You'll start
I
with
love
level
the
power and
familiarity of a
unlock more as
gameplay
you
that
level up.
I loved a lot.
In this video, we're showing you 4 of the Devastator's abilities, and we'll showcase the other half in the future. Power 1, Gravity Leap. Upon using Gravity Leap,
I don't
you
know
will
how I
jump
feel
into
about the
air and
graphics.
hover there for a few seconds.
I'm undecided.
Activating the power
Yeah.
once more whilst targeting an enemy, which will be highlighted in yellow, will cause you to slam down on them, dealing area damage to
I like the
all
effect of
nearby
certain things being in
enemies.
focus, at least
This
for
is
right
an
there.
excellent
For
option
sure.
to quickly
I like the
recharge
power up
yourself
too.
into
The power ups have a
fight
clear effect on the world
or
around them, which I like to see.
isolated, far away
But it
enemies.
does go
Remember
back.
that
That's the
Devastator's
part of it
heal
that
when
I wish it
enemies close to the
created the
ground.
damage and it
So
stayed.
this skill is key to
Wait, what do you mean
ensuring
it goes
you're
back?
always close enough to
So like
enemies
the
that you're
ground
about to
modifies due to the AoE, but instead of staying like that, it goes back to the way it was.
Reverts.
prevent bosses from
Yeah.
channeling their own skills. Just make sure that you don't have it on cooldown at those key moments. Power 2, Reflect Bullets. Using
I'm even getting like a Division 2 feel.
That's
That's another one as well. I mean, we're not naming the best games to compare this to, other than like Gears of War,
Right.
1.
A great skill to cover your allies while they get into position, or during a team charge.
It already looks a bit grindy to me, but I don't know if
Oh,
I'm
for
just
sure.
being judgy. Like, I feel like
No,
this
I
game's
think
gonna be
its
a lot
whole
of the
purpose
same.
is to be grindy.
I don't think this game is gonna be for me. I don't think this is my
No.
kind of game.
This means that you'll want to chase down the biggest
Anyone in
outpour
chat,
the
would you
ledge,
play this
crush
game?
them,
Is this
and
something
then
that would be
throw
up
them
your
right
alley?
back in the enemy's face.
That's a cool feature.
Power 3.
The catching the bullets.
This is the Outriders team's
Sending it
personal
back.
favorite Devastator attack. Want to know why? That's why. When using
That's
Impale,
cool.
you select an enemy
I'm about
to
that.
interact
Oh, wow.
with. This is highly effective when dealing with bosses and
Whew.
pesky skills, but is also a very useful ability for dealing with mobs too. If the damage dealt by Impale is low,
Oh, nice.
the enemy will be
That's cool.
speared by a stone spike, granting your squad an armor bonus and health regen for 9 seconds. Impale also has 7 potential modifiers that could be applied to it through gear. For example, the mod Spike Forest,
Oh, wow.
which can be found on a legendary gear set, means that Impale can strike 1 additional target. Safety in numbers. I don't
Wow.
think so.
I like that laugh.
Power 4, Endless Mass. Endless Mass releases a
Yeah, I'm with Crispy on this. Like, this is a game where I'm like, hey, friends, let's get together and play.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think this is a cool friend co-op game.
Black hole. Endless Mass is a hugely versatile skill and will likely form at least part of your strategy when playing with friends. The ability to draw large numbers of enemies.
I think they've
into a
only
tightly
shown
packed
single player
means that
gameplay
most
so
other
far.
targeted skills from both
Yeah.
Devastators and other
I think
classes
this is specifically
get to an
Devastator,
effect.
and then we'll see the co-op
As
one.
mentioned,
'Cause
these
I think
are
the co-op one is
only
a
half of the
separate-
Devastator's
I
skills.
see.
Subscribe to
Separate.
keep in the loop about the other 4.
Trailer they revealed.
Power combos. As Devastators feed off close-range kills, they need to lock distances between enemies down very quickly. Combining Endless Mass with Gravity Leap will mean that a Devastator
Right.
can instantly be amongst the enemy, causing havoc, dishing out damage. Reflect bullets can then
Super
be used
close
to
range.
minimize damage
Yeah.
against you, whilst you're the center of attention. Before you turn the tables on the enemy. Eat lead, baby.
Even some Mass Effect vibes, too.
Alter your Devastator. Each class has a tree of
Yeah, that is a
class
big
point
tree.
nodes that you can activate to alter the way your builds and skills work. Class points are acquired by leveling up. You won't be able to
And that's
fill
just
out
for the
the
one
class
class.
tree, but you
Those
will
3
be
different
able to
paths.
reset
Right.
your nodes to switch up your gameplay as you go. The 3 branches for the Devastator are Vanquisher, Warden, and Seismic Shifter, with each branch providing both major and minor passives that affect your character's type of damage focus and
Close
survivability.
range, seismic
The
skills.
Vanquisher branch is all about grappling
Yeah.
up close and personal with the enemy, and thus provides bonuses for weapons like shotguns or assault rifles. The Warden branch will truly move mountains and is the ultimate tank, with very high bonuses to health, armor, and resistances. The Seismic Shifter branch is most useful at mid-range combat, and focuses on anomaly damage for seismic skills such as Impale. This branch also
I think it's cool how within the branches you could be more mid-range or tanky, because I just assumed
Yeah.
with the Devastator how they were talking about it, that it was going to be just like brawler or like
The whole
bruiser
time,
only,
yeah.
yeah.
May impact the way your skills work.
So not only do you get to pick one of the overall classes, you get to break down how do you want to play as that class, which is great for replayability.
But we don't want to spoil the fun too much today, so we will showcase these in another video.
That even looks like a shotgun from Gears of War. I'm so much of what I'm seeing. I'm like, yep, I recognize that.
Just if you did. Keep an
Even
eye
like
out
their
on our YouTube
size,
channel
they're
for
just
future
naturally
gameplay
bigger
videos and
characters.
other spotlight
Right,
content.
right. All right, let's check out another one of the videos about this. I am heading on over
Yeah.
to
The co-op Carnage.
Yeah, the co-op Carnage.
Nice.
All right.
I'm a huge Gears of War fan, so I was from 1 specifically. It did obviously fall off as Epic released their Control, but I will say if these are former Epic devs doing this, maybe this is where they wanted to take Gears of War, and they kind of had to do the same thing that Bungie had to do with Destiny and go, hey, we have to create this whole new world to make this work out.
Right, if they had to, you know, take this direction. I mean, people like these games. You know, it's unfortunate to hear when, you know, developers have to, you know, take a new direction that they didn't necessarily want. But I'm at least glad that, you know, the style still lives on for those who do want to play it.
Yep.
All right, so this one I'm hitting play in 3, 2, 1, play. It's rated M, everyone.
Hey, hello everyone. This is Sven with a very special treat.
What's up,
It's time
Sven?
to feast your eyes on some brand new co-op action, where I play as Kayla to show you the final class in action. The class that you have all been waiting for, the Technomancer. An advanced, hard-hitting tactical specialist.
Yo, thanks so
Able to
much,
stomp on
Kai.
a wide range of deadly
Hey, thank you,
contraptions.
Kai.
We have a great fire team on the field today.
All right, Guff, we
with
will
Lucy
catch you.
taking helm of the Devastator, and Robbie is in command of a Pyromancer. So sit back and enjoy a few minutes of intense co-op gameplay. And we talk again in a bit.
I will say if the action is intense and challenging, this would be one of those games where it's like get on with two really good friends and just see how
Just
well
go
you guys
ham.
can do. Yeah. Oh, got it. All right, Guff, glad you're staying.
Oh, she's cool.
She's a BA.
Today, we shall see victory! A great new altered fights at our side. Together, we shall fuck them up!
This is already so much more intense than the last video we watched.
Oh yeah, completely.
Someone draws fire! Die! Fuck you!
The voice line.
Wow. Oh, damn.
Yeah, this looks way more fun than the last video.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Okay.
Item drops.
Just gonna summon some fire from the ground and engulf you until you explode. Nice.
Super cool. Those turrets are cool.
I'm loving the turret.
Dang!
I love
Yeah,
how the
and the
weapon is
fog.
the size of their bodies.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Oh, Kane Guardian got what's in the mug earlier. It's coffee.
For me, I have
Oh,
a type of tea. You have to guess
Yes.
the type.
Haven't figured-
I like this this combat in the trenches and the kind of
Yeah.
fog of war that's happening.
Oh yeah.
Because previously it kind of looks like you're just in like open terrain and you just go at it. Versus this looks, you know, so much more dark, more moody, you know, harder to navigate.
Yeah. I noticed that too. You went from open space to confined space.
Yeah.
I haven't watched this trailer yet, so this is the first time I'm seeing it. All right. Oh, nice.
I like that part. Kind of platformery.
They're having like a little boss fight inside the
Yeah.
trenches.
Yeah. No, EG, but I was considering drinking cherry blossom tea today, but I thought that would be too obscure.
Ancient tea.
Keep pushing! Secure that hilltop! Don't give them time to breathe!
And you're not giving us time to breathe.
How would you compare this to how fun Destiny 2 co-op was? If you ever played a lot of that.
One, in terms of like the first person feel, very different in terms of what you see, what you're seeing on the battlefield. Destiny 2 at a point hit its ceiling very fast.
Right.
The thing they said about this game is they have created specifically for endgame content.
I see. Because whenever I see co-op gameplay, I'm like, what is the fun factor? for missions like this.
The intensity and trying to survive. Oh yeah, I mean that's a complete Gears animation right there with the red circling. He's about, if he gets downed, is he going to be like on? Yep, there it is. Okay. Yeah.
It's the same thing. This is just Gears.
Which I'm not upset by. I'm like, yeah, this is Gears of War. Oh, that's cool. The guy getting in front, blocking the bullet so he can res. Very intense.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh my god.
I like that death animation. I think this game is a lot more fantastical than I realized.
Yeah. I was just about to say, I was like, there's so many elemental effects happening right now in
There's
this
like
footage.
The freeze. There's like impale from the grounds, like conjuring turrets from nothing. The fire
Boom,
everywhere.
there it is.
Yeah.
Nice. Get out of here, son.
Boom, and there you have it. The Technomancer has arrived, and the 4th class is finally revealed. For this specific loadout, we showed you 3 of the Technomancer's powers. A sticky proximity mine / grenade hybrid, a conjured RPG, and a mighty pain launcher, which fires a wide
Pain launcher?
Pain launcher.
It should already
Love
give you
the
a
name.
good idea about the
Yeah.
versatility
What
of this
is
class,
this type of
especially in
launcher?
combination with your devastated
Rockets?
Pyromancer and
No.
Trickster co-partners.
You know, it inflicts a
Allowing
lot of
many new and
pain.
exciting possibilities when it comes to refining how
Pain
the many
launcher.
different powers in your fire team
It's just-
complement
Right,
each
just
What a
straight
name.
up.
and speaking about our friend the Devastator, Lucy just showed a lot of cool new stuff you can do with this class. And you can dive even more into the nitty-gritty details of the Devastator in this month's Spotlight. So be sure to check that out.
Which we just
We
did.
hope you enjoyed this exciting
Nice.
look into Outriders' brutal and thrilling co-op possibilities. And I also hope you are all already building out your dream team in your heads. And as always, stay safe out there, people. And I see
Stay
you in the next
safe,
Outriders broadcast.
gamers.
Thank you.
That was
Outriders,
cool.
Deb. Yeah,
Cool
it's got
stuff.
that feel of like, this is going to be good times, you know, hop on, PvE experience, very similar to Gears of War, elements of the skill trees like you'd see in Anthem, elements of gameplay and gunfight very much like you saw in Mass Effect along with Gears of War. And I would say maybe there's a little bit of like Division 2 grinding going on there. So maybe it'll take what all these games did well and put it together under one roof called Outriders.
I hope that they, you know, kind of add that into their marketing somehow, because I think right now when I ask people like, hey, have you heard of Outriders? They're kind of like, what? Or like,
Yeah.
maybe I've heard of it, but, you know, if it was described to them as all those games that you just listed, I think it would generate a lot more interest, and, you know, people would actually really be way more down to, you know, try this game or check out this game, because the name isn't that indicative of much, and because it has so many things going on, it's hard to kind of sum up, I feel, in a way that a lot of gamers, you know, really resonate with, at least as is.
Yeah, it could be the case that they're like, hey, we just kind of want to get word of mouth going for this game. I mean, that could be the case. They're not trying to overhype it. I think almost all of these games that we've referenced, Destiny 2, Anthem, even the last Mass Effect, even the Division 2, there was a lot of hype surrounding these titles that did not deliver, and ultimately
Right.
you had a lot of players come to the table, get really excited, and then the game just hit a ceiling really fast. And they could just be going the route of, hey, let's not talk about it too much, other than let's just tell people what's in the game and see if they want to play it.
Yeah, and it's also, I feel, really hard to develop some of these games, you know, with end game content, because I think oftentimes it's underestimated how much players will play a game. You know, even with like World of Warcraft, people get to level 60 relatively quickly. They're like, okay, you know, just get to level 60. You know, for a lot of these games, like, just get to all the end game content. And, you know, I already have 300 hours in the game, and there's no content left, and because people play a lot, I think more than expected, it must be hard to balance, you know, just a normal amount of what should be expected from a game versus, you know, how much players are actually going to be playing it.
Yeah, I will play this game because I am, someone was saying in the chat earlier, I just kind of want a solid third-person experience outside of just a pure single-player experience. And I think with all these games pushing towards players playing together because they know that's what we want, like we talked about with regard to Gotham Knights and the Suicide Squad game reveal, like this is what developers are going to focus on, is bringing players together. Ghost of Tsushima, an amazing single-player third-person experience, is introducing a multiplayer aspect as well. So if they do that well and it lands, then you'll probably see that interest grow, especially if their claim of focusing on in-game content is true, because then that'll have players go, hey, wow, I actually have a game that I feel like I'm still moving along, even though my character's at quote-unquote max level.
Right. I think that there's definitely a way that, you know, this game can garner a lot of attention, as you said, through word of mouth, especially through co-op. If someone's like, hey, this game is fun, I'm going to recruit my friends to come join with me and, you know, also buy the game and also, you know, play alongside them. I could see this being successful. I wonder, you know, how long it might take. It might be like a kind of a slow growth to maybe getting its peak amount of players. But it looks good. It looks fun. It does not look like my kind of game, to be honest, but it does look fun for others.